Hey, welcome back to the Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, with you here Tuesday through Sunday, getting you picks here from our documented handicappers. Our goal here on the Drive Thru is get you 6 picks from 6 scalpers, and we'll have a good show today here. The mix of Major League Baseball as well as action from the W. Hey, first thing you want to do is hit us up with that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel with lots of great content here. Over 250,000 subscribers here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Hit us up with that subscribe. So let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Rod Zawacky. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Prim. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much, Tony. Hey, we're midweek, so looking forward to some action here. And hey, we know what kicks off tomorrow. Got a few on the diamond here today. We got a few in the WNBA before we kick off and see the return of NFL. So it's an exciting week. We've seen week 2 of college football coming around as well. So hey, we're starting to get into that time of year where we got multiples rolling and a few more sports on deck that will be coming soon. So exciting times this time of year. Love it when we start getting inundated with the avalanche of sports, as we call it. It's what we live for. Absolutely love it. So looking forward to the next 6 months, as they say, because it's going to be deep and heavy and trying to find us winners and building our bankroll. So let's kick it off here on a Wednesday and find us a winner.
Let's do it now. We're counting down to the end of the regular season WNBA. What, that nine days left of regular season action here. We go to Sun and Sky here. We see the Sky round open here of 1. Total sits at 162.5.
Yeah, and we're looking at this matchup here. Basically, this is the battle of last in the WNBA. These two teams just met home and home not too long ago already, and the Sun took advantage and won both those matchups. So heading in here into this one, I'm looking at the same thing. This Sky, the Sun, they play pretty good against this Chicago squad. Their last 5 trips into Chicago have equated to a win for this Sun squad. Well, they've started to pick up their play down the stretch in the Sky. Well, they've been dealing with injuries, and over their last 10 games, they have themselves a 1 win in those 10 games. And it's because they struggle offensively to score enough points. Over their versus an Eastern Conference opponent, they've been scoring about 71 points a game and only in 41% of their field goals. And then defensively, they've given up a lot more than that, 46% field goal wise, and giving up 46 or 86 points a game have been this Sky squad. And well, the Sun, hey, they didn't have the greatest start to the year, but they've definitely finished up strong, playing some solid basketball down the stretch. Versus the East, hey, holding defense is 46% shooting, only giving about 82 points a game, but offensively scoring about 84 points a game and hitting 46% of their shots, especially over the last 5. They've played some pretty good basketball, including 2 wins already over this Sky squad. You got a win here, and basically you'll not end up the dead last spot, as you got 1 game with the Sky trying to chase you down in that battle of last. I just like the Sun here in this spot. They play well, especially out on the road against the teams that are with a losing record, and the Sky, they're getting outscored by 6+ points a game this season. This is a tough season for this Sky squad. Sun take advantage. I'll take the money line here in this one as they get another win and continue that streak coming into Chicago with dominant wins over this Chicago team.
All right, Rod here is going to go on the Sun here, minus 105 here against the Sky. It's been a tough week. Boy, what a drop, right? Sun last year was in discussion for the WNBA title picture, and all of a sudden, the first team eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost a couple pieces of this Sun squad that they had on that team last year. So yeah, they did take a step back here, and the Sky squad, we were expecting to see like a step forward with this squad, but they dealt with a bunch of injuries. Angel Reese being one of them, she missed some time. They had a couple more pieces that missed some time for the Sky squad as well. But hey, this is a battle of a draft pick, so we know over the next couple seasons we're seeing some expansion. So one of these two teams is going to get a half-decent draft spot into next season here, and this one's kind of what this battle is. I think the Sun get the win, Sky get the draft pick spot is what this battle is.
All right, we got Rod here on the Sun money line, minus 105, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Prim here for the card here on, as we're moving here up to the card here on Wednesday. A lot of great action here on the board. Of course, baseball action from the W. Rod, what you got going over at Pick Dog Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, hey, I'll have one play, my play of the day in the MLB up there for you as well. I'm already locked and loaded on that play for tomorrow. And then I got Wednesday's another play. I got 2 on the diamond and 1 in the W. So 3 plays in all for you tomorrow. You can either pick up the MLB play of the day separately, WNBA play separately, or it's in a 3-pack there for you. Or, as we alluded to, it's that time of year where we've got multiple sports going that I cover. I got the WNBA, MLB rolling. We got college football. We got NFL rolling as well. And then we roll into CFL Week 14. So got you covered on all that action. Best way is to go long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Take advantage. 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1 capper promotional as well. Can't go wrong having a few of the cappers here at Pick Dogs that you can see have been building in the bankrolls. Want to build your bankroll, take advantage of that multi-capper promotional, and then have a few cappers here at Pick Dogs building your bankroll. That is the way to go. Long-term with all these sports overlapping this time of year. Jump aboard a long-term pass. Greatest savings for you. Long-term. Don't forget to pick a checkout as well. Save that 15% off.
That's right. Get on board with Rod over at Pick Dogs Premium. Link in the description. We'll land you here. Find Rod here on the Premium tab under All Cappers and get signed up. All right, Rod. As always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Definitely have a good evening, everybody. Make it a winning one. Catch you guys tomorrow.
All right. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, well, we got Wayne Scott. You'll find his premium plays over at Pick Dogs Premium. More WNBA action here from Wednesdays. We're winding down the regular season. Wayne, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. Coming off a rough day, but looking to just straighten everything out and read this MLB board a little bit better.
Very good, very good. Let's get to it here. WNBA here as we're winding down this regular season. Sparks on the road facing the Dream. The Dream here laying 7, total 169.
Yeah, we're going to see the Sparks in revenge mode as they lost to the Dream 4 times straight. The Dream is basically just on the Sparks. Both of these teams coming off a 2-game win streak. Dream coming off a more respectable Sparks coming off more respectable wins. Dreams coming off both games with their favor and they're supposed to win. What it comes down to is Sparks getting way too many points in this situation. They're getting 7. I like the momentum that they're playing with. It's a chance with Brinks coming off the bench, and she's producing offense and defense off the bench, making this point spread a little tighter. A game that they can quite frankly win outright as well for me. So this money line, this spread is a go for sure.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Sparks taking the points in this one. Yeah, the Sparks, a big game for them. They're in that battle here for that 8th seed. And so we've got, several teams within 2 games on loss column of each other. The 6, 7, 8, 9 seed there within 2 games, and we're only going to have room for 3 of those teams to get in the playoffs. And, of course, the Dream also in a battle for that 2 seed. 3-team tie here with 14 losses here for that 2 seed.
Yeah, and Dream play well at home outside of the added motivation of the playoff positioning. But
we might have had some lag there from Wayne as he's on the Sparks here plus the 7 in this one. And we're just talking here about the situation here in the playoff run here between both teams, the Sparks and the Dream. It's a big game for both teams as the Dream here just, again, in that tie for that number 2 seed. Or those aces have been red hot, winning 10 straight. Of course, Dream and Mercury have won 7 of their past 10. So Wayne will be here on the Sparks plus the 7 here in this one. And this one will have a start time here of 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And, of course, you guys check out Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you'll find Wayne's premium plays there right now. Of course, Wayne has put together pretty impressive numbers here over the past 90 days. 1,738 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions also available here. So get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, that'll do it here with Wayne. Wayne again on the Sparks plus the 7. Wayne, we let everybody know what you had for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium.
With MLB heavy today, I definitely have an MLB player today, so you can head over there and grab my MLB best bet. Be looking for this NFL to crank up and college football this weekend.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dodge Premium. Promo code PICK. Save that 15% off. Keep an eye on those long-term passes with all these sports overlapping. NFL, college football, the W, baseball. A lot going on. That multi-pass is the way to go. All right, Wayne. It's always great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you later.
I appreciate you for having me. Good luck on all your bets out there, Pick Dog family.
All right. Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Major League Baseball coverage up next. We'll bring in Ron Romanelli. If I'm over at Pick Dodge, let's bring in Ron right now. Ron, what's going on?
Hey, Tony. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. Looking forward to this baseball corp, which is closer to football, but baseball's still on the mind. There's a lot of baseball left to go as we go down the stretch run. Look at one here. Dodgers out east here in this series against the Pirates here. You see the Dodgers about $1.72, total coming here at 8.
Yeah, for me, in this one, it's all about value. I mean, the Pirates have had a disappointing season, but they're a profitable home team. If you've bet on the Pirates every home game this season, you are up a good margin as well, over 9 net unit games going into Tuesday's contest. And on the flip side, the Dodgers have not been a great road team this season. Also, Shohei Ohtani, who's had a good amount of starts now. He's pitched okay, especially last game had a nice start, but if you bet on the Dodgers every time Shohei has started, you are down about 3 games so far, 3 net games. So, this is a pitcher in Ashcraft that's pitched really well for Pittsburgh as of late. He's been consistent. His control's been excellent. Only 1 home run given up in about 50 innings of work. I think he's got a lot of upside to his game. And the current Pirates lineup actually has pretty good numbers against Shohei in the past. We also can't expect him to pitch more than 4 or 5 innings, and you get into that Dodgers bullpen, which has been pretty inconsistent. So all those things considered, I like the Pirates plus the 1.5 runs, and I'll sprinkle on the money line as well.
All right, there we go with Ron. That's going to go here at Pirates run line, plus 1.5 runs, minus 114. Also the sprinkle there on the money line there. Yeah, this is a Dodger team that's been really consistent, especially on the road. 243 batting average on the road. And, of course, someone who they really miss in that lineup who's been, first it was a kneecap, now it's some sort of oblique injury, has been Muncy.
Yeah. I mean, it started back, the Dodgers win-loss record on the road is also a little bit misleading because they played their first couple of road games in the Japan series with Chicago. So it's even worse than what we're seeing. And, you got to play well on the road. And when you play in the postseason, that's always a concern with a National League that's really competitive. So we'll see if the Dodgers can sharpen up there. But right now, I'm not laying these types of prices with LA. Like you said, not in full strength on the road like this against a Pirates team, I think is better than its current record. All
right, we got Ron here, Pirates run line plus 1.5 runs, minus 114. Also the sprinkle on the money line. This one have a start time here of 6:40 Eastern time. All right, so if you look over at Pick Dodge Premium over the Saturday card, there's baseball on the board as well, some W as well, football on the board. You can see Ron, fantastic numbers over the past 12 months, 3,138 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. If you hit that link in the description, land here, you'll be able to check out all the leaderboards. And, of course, hitting that Premium Picks tab, you'll be able to find Ron's page. Of course, Ron here on that 12-month leaderboard. Ron, what you got for sale?
Yeah, every day I'll have my rundown best bet in Major League Baseball, my favorite play in baseball. Also just locked in my first college football play for Saturday. Really like that play, so you can check it out at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, the long-term plans are your best way to go. Get you every single play across all sports. You had a great year overall, especially in the spread sports, college hoops, college football. Looking for another great season on the college gridiron, and the NFL starting this week as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ron Romanelli over at Pick Dodge Premium. All plays documented based on $100 unit wage size there. So get on board with Ron over at Pick Dodge Premium. All right, Ron, is always great having the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All righty, Tony. Take care.
All right, Romanelli here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Major League Baseball up next. So let's welcome in Damon Sosh, finds screen plays over at Pick Dodge Premium. Damon, what's going on?
Hey Tony, how you doing? Nice to see college football back in action. Obviously disappointed about the guys behind me here, but confident we'll bounce back. Looking forward to the NFL starting up this weekend, but ready to talk some Major League Baseball here with you today.
Yeah, looking forward to that indeed. Yes, baseball here on the board. They resumed this series after a day off. They needed one after that wild one on Monday on Labor Day. Here, this will be a 3-game series played in 4 days. This is game 2 of it. Phillies at the Brewers here. We see the Brewers favored home $1.16. Total sits at 8.5.
Yeah, interesting matchup here. Phillies, Brewers, 2 top teams. Aaron Nola starting for the Phillies. against Jose Quintana, the Brewers. Now Nola, he's really struggled this season. 3-7, 6.47 ERA on the year. Traditionally, he's been a big workhorse for Philadelphia. The last 4 seasons, he's averaged almost 195 innings pitched, and you kind of wonder now, is that taking its toll on his arm? Because he's been on the IL this year. His numbers weren't good prior to the IL stint, and they aren't any good after the IL stint. As a matter of fact, since his return, he's made 3 starts. His ERA in those 3 starts, 7.53. What might even be more surprising than that high ERA, the Phillies won all 3 of those starts. They scored a total of 36 runs in those 3 games, and I think that offense will be able to keep it going against Quintana. Quintana does have very good numbers on the season, actually fairly decent numbers against the Phillies in his career, but his ERA in Milwaukee is over 5 for home games pitched this year. I think the Phillies offense gets it going. I think the Brewers offense can definitely get to Nola. These teams, as you mentioned, pretty much a slugfest in game 1 there on Monday. 10-8 Phillies win, 18 total runs in that one. I think we see another high-scoring game in this one, and I like the over the total.
All right, we got Damon here on over Phillies and Brewers over 8.5. Yeah, hard to argue that one, the way these teams are hitting the ball. And of course, the bullpens, you got to worry about this Brewers bullpen. They lose their closer. And of course, the Phillies has been it's been this for years. With the Phillies, one of the more inconsistent bullpens from a top level team you'll see.
Yeah, definitely a couple, some question marks there in the bullpen. I know the Phillies the very back end kind of secured it up with Duran, but he's even kind of give up some runs here of late. And the Brewers, you mentioned, losing their closer. Neither bullpen looked very good on Monday. I'm sure we dip into them again on Wednesday, and the batters will have some success.
Maybe things that come for the month of September, taxing these bullpen guys, right? They're overworked. And it's starting to show on the field. Many games blown by a lot of blown saves here on Labor Day. All right, we got Damon, Brewers and Phillies over 8.5. This one's 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Damon, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for the card here on Wednesday. Of course, baseball on the board. Damon showing great profit over the past 30 days. What you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yep, head over to Pick Dogs Premium where you can check out all my Major League Baseball action I'll have up for sale. And obviously, NFL starting this Thursday. I have a play on that game. I've been 11-4 in the NFL preseason. Looking forward to running that over into the regular season. Obviously, a huge weekend of football, college in action, NFL joining. Just 6-6-1 so far in college this year. But we've shown profits the last 3 seasons. I'm confident we're going to turn that around. We're looking forward to a big season, both college and NFL.
That's right. Get on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get verify those numbers by going to Damian's handicapper page. Link in the description. You'll land here and click the premium tab and hit the cappers tab. You'll find Damian. So get on over and get signed up. So long-term subscription is the way to go now with all these sports overlapping. Get on board with Damon over at Pick Dogs Premium. Pick is your promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Damon, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a great night.
You as well. Damon Sosh here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Major League Baseball coverage coming up with David Racey. You'll find his premium plays over at Pick Dog Stream. Let's bring in David right now. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. We got football back. Had a solid college football weekend. Struggled on Thursday and Friday for myself, but picked it up Saturday, Sunday. Won with TCU last night. So have some nice momentum. We've been hot over the last few days. Looking to carry it forward into today and this coming weekend.
Absolutely. Looking for a great weekend here. We'll go through a baseball here for Wednesday. Braves and the Cubs head to head. We see the Cubs here $1.64. The total coming in at 8.5.
Yeah, Chicago's one of those teams very interesting in my eyes. You know, they started the season playing very well, and they're still playing well. They're still 20 games above 500, but they've just really fallen off in this NL Central race, partially because Milwaukee's just been like the hottest team in baseball over the last few months. But they're 5.5 back. They're playing a Braves team here that, is fourth in the NL East, kind of uncharacteristically for themselves. But I'm going to take a look here at the Cubs on the run line. I just think they're the play here in this spot. For anyone that's followed my baseball action this year, I'm a big Cade Horton believer. He's on the bump here for Chicago. He's been fantastic in his starts this year for Chicago. Seems like he's always giving them at least a solid 5 or 6 inning and giving them a chance to win. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 7 straight starts. Now, one of those starts he did get knocked out of with a blister. He only 2 2/3 against the Brewers, but every single time out, it seems like he's he's pitching well and giving them a chance. Really, you have to look all the way back to July 9th for the last time he gave up more than 3 earned runs in an outing. Now, I know Atlanta's offense has picked it up recently, but I think Horton can get the job done. And on the other side, Bryce Elder is going for the Braves. His number is not so good this season. He has pitched better in his last 2 starts against the Phillies and the Mets, but you look prior to that, he gave up 8 against the White Sox, 5 against the Marlins. Super inconsistent. They're in Chicago here, where the Cubs have played very well this season, 42-25. And the Braves just 29-43 on the road. So I think the Cubs are the play here. I like them to win by at least 2.
All right, we got David here on the Cubs. Run line, run and a half here at plus 112. Cubs have been a pretty good home team this year. They've taken care of business. They're sitting 20 games over 500 as we film here. Rays has been kind of a lost season for them, right? They've had to really work the waiver wire just to put together a pitching staff, and it's been pretty tough for them. But I think they might have found a younger guy in her step there for them. But for the most part, pretty disappointing year.
Yeah, for sure, and no one saw this coming. They have so much talent on that team, and they had Acuna miss time early on, bouncing back from that injury. But you're right, the pitching staff has dealt with a ton of injuries. They have Sale back now. Strider really never got back into form. Waldrop has been fantastic. I think he's only made 3 or 4 starts. He's been very good. He just pitched on I think Sunday night was it against the Phillies, and he danced in and out of trouble, but he did a great job of limiting damage. And Elder and Joey Wentz really don't do it for me either. So their pitching staff, they have a lot to address in the offseason. Their lineup is pretty solid. They have, especially the outfield right now, Harris, Acuna, and Profar are really contributing right now, and they'll be fine. But it's a lost season. It's disappointing. They have a lot of young guys, so to waste a season like this definitely has to make Braves fans sick.
Yeah, it sure does here. We got David here on the Cubs run line, lay the run and a half at plus 112. This one to have a start time, 7:40 Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for this card here on Wednesday. Baseball W heading into football week. You see David over the past 30 days, 897 units of profit. That's documented over at Pick Dog's Premium. You can verify those numbers by just clicking the link in the description. Land here, hit the Premium tab, and you'll find David's name here amongst the cappers. What you got for sale, David?
So for Wednesday, I'm going to have one afternoon play in the MLB. I'll have a handful in the night slate as well. But for anyone that's tailed me, I'm one of the higher volume handicappers here at Pick Dogs, if not the highest. I have plenty of action pretty much every single night of the week. Baseball, typically on nights, five baseball games. And then the weekend with football. I'll definitely have a play in both NFL games, Thursday and Friday, and then, of course, Sunday. So plenty of action out there. Obviously, great time of year. We have baseball, we have football, we have basketball and hockey starting soon. So long term's the way to go, especially with the style that I use and the amount of games. So head on over, check it out, and let's cash together.
Yeah, cash with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Verify those numbers over on David's handicap page. Get on board with those long-term passes. That 7 day, that 3rd day, with all these sports overlapping. No better time than now to get on board with those long-term subscriptions. Pick is your promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, David, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you later.
I appreciate it, Tony. Thank you.
All right, David Racey here on the Drive Thru. And now it's time for my pick. Major League Baseball here for Wednesday. We go to the Mariners and the Rays. We get to hear the Mariners road favorites, $1.42. Total sitting here at 8. And with my free pick today, we're going to go with the Rays here at plus the 120 Tampa Bay. Now, George Kirby will get the start here for Seattle. And he'll go up against Adrian Hauser here for Tampa Bay. But Seattle has not been hitting very well over their past 26 games. .233 batting average. Kirby in his past 9 road starts, ERA 4.73. Hauser, really good numbers at home this season. Rays bullpen in the better form. But you look at Seattle on the road against right-handed starters this year. They are 20-27, losing 9 units. At home against the AL West, the Rays 9-5, returning 2 units. So our pick today will be on Tampa Bay Rays here at plus the 120. All right. Over at Pick Dogs for today, have a best bet for Major League Baseball as well as a multi-pack. So get on board with me. Having a great year over at Pick Dogs and Major League Baseball, number 2 unit producer there. To get over to my handicapper page, just click the link here in the description. That'll land you here on our Pick Dogs premium site. Click the link there on the upper right. You'll see past 12 months, and you land over to my page over at Pick Dogs. You'll land on my page, and of course on my capper page, you'll be able to see my results and my best bets as well. Last 24 hours, last 30 days, and more. So I have a very good year over at Pick Dogs. So get on board with me. You can see the results the last 12 months, 3,447 units of profit. And of course, my long-term subscription is also available. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember, the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Match me up with your favorite capper with the multi-capper promotion. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. We're back again here on the Drive Thru tomorrow. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. I'm Tony T. We'll talk with you guys here tomorrow.